Oh my goodness, it has been such a busy week here at the Quinta. There is so much going on, but we still managed to find time for the birds and the bees.
We also take her on a walk, which used to be an old smuggling route between Spain and Portugal, where they'd smuggle coffee and shoes.
That was a beautiful day out, wasn't it?
Yeah, we enjoyed that.
And then finally, we share with you some of the ways that we're starting to learn Portuguese so we can fully integrate into our community. So our lovely neighbour Alvaro has given us 2 beekeeping boxes, and then in Spanish they're known as nucleus. I don't know, you can let us know in the comments if what they're called in British or in English. These boxes are used for capturing bees when they swarm, and the idea is that we're going to put them on our land and hopefully catch a swarm so that we can start beekeeping. And Alvaro is going to show us how to set the box up. There's a technical way of getting some wax onto the frames first. So we're going to go through that just now, and he's going to teach us how to do it.
I didn't shave.
I didn't wash.
I know.
What do I do, Alvaro?
You have to look for the pins.
Are those the right ones I'm showing to Miranda? There.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are.
Okay.
So now what you do is you turn the thing on.
Ready?
Okay. And now you remember that?
So we're set to 12 volts.
See, it's 12 volts.
And we're looking.
Right now it doesn't have any tension on it because it's not charging or it's not doing any work.
Okay. So
you put
we
one
need
of
to mount these on.
You put it there.
Does it take long? Like so?
In the middle, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And now what you do, you put one of these, and now 5 seconds.
Okay.
You hit the other one, and 5 seconds, and you press a little bit the sheet against the wire.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit more. Let's see. I don't know if this. I think it worked. Okay,
Wow.
you see, it's very barely against the wire.
Okay.
Barely, but it won't move, so you won't get. Let's put a little bit more.
So press it down gently.
Exactly, please. Just be careful.
Yeah.
Stop.
It's
There
just
you go.
slightly moving it as well, is it?
Be careful when you do,
Yeah.
because it gets hot. The wire gets
Oh,
hot.
okay.
So you just try not to.
Press too hard.
Yeah.
Otherwise it'll
Try
go
not
straight
to-
through.
Try not to get burned. And that's it.
Okay.
So you put it back in its box like this, and that's it. Now you do it.
Okay. I'll
Just
give it a go. Don't let
Mind
this-
it. Don't let it exactly.
Yeah, I remember someone saying to me, don't let them touch. Okay, so get a frame. Okay.
Get a frame.
And I got my I got it the right way round because of where we put the
Exactly.
okay.
You put one of these more or less in the middle, so that you don't. There you go. And then
One on.
stick it. One on.
And just
And
touch
then
this one, yeah?
At the same time you do that, you can because you-
Gently, yeah?
gently and
Don't let it move
everywhere.
around.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. This you see it through.
Yeah.
This is because it melted, and this should be okay.
Yay!
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, fantastic.
You've been practicing. use this stuff from a neighbor. This is bee wax that's been already used by the bees.
Okay.
Bee wax, old bee wax with some tiny bits of honey, and old thing. And we will try to create an appealing place for them by using this.
Can I smell of honey?
You can see the honey here.
Oh, okay.
So just leave it there. The idea is to make this box an appealing place for the bees around.
New home for the bees. We are at the village of Gallegos.
Gallegos.
And how far away is that?
We're about 50 minutes to an hour's drive from home.
Okay, so that could be 20 to 30 kilometres really from home. And we're going on a hike today. We're going to have a look at the beautiful mountains around in the Marvao region.
It's a route. It's only a short 7k route, but it's a route which is known as the old coffee smugglers route. We're really near the border with Spain, and they would smuggle their coffee across the border in the old days. So we're going to follow in their footsteps. Miranda and I have mentioned before that we love a map when we go for a walk. We did try to download one for today's walk, but failed. So what that's led to is some discussion over which direction we're supposed to go in to begin the walk. Now I believe it's up the road there. Miranda thinks it's down the road here. During our argument and discussion about it, we've settled for my idea of going up the old track. So we'll see how we get on. One of us is going to feel victorious and the other one is going to get frustrated. As usual, we'll see how we end up. Off we go. Heading off in the right direction.
Yeah, we'll see. In Europe, whenever you're doing a walk or a hike, you're quite often looking for this kind of indicator, I suppose, that you're on the right trail. So this one, because it's yellow and red, is a PR route, which is a local route for Portugal. When you're doing inter-country routes when you're hiking, they're quite often white and red. This one shows us straight on, and we'll show you some other ones as we go around. Sometimes if it's got a cross, and I'll put that up on screen, that tells you don't go that way. So there's very few maps. In the UK we're used to our OS maps, and we can actually plot our trails and see our footpaths really easily. But here in Portugal there isn't anything like that. They only have the military maps. So if you want to turn left, you'll see and the red one will have a direction, and right, it'll show direction the other way. So we're always looking for these. So it's a little bit of a treasure hunt at the same time when you're trying to follow the path and follow the markers. Right, ready?
We've quickly popped over to Spain.
Yep.
To La Fontanera.
Fontanera.
But if you have a look around, Miranda and I have ended up in a rather deep gorge. It made us
Grottos.
of grottos. It's made us worry that we're going the wrong way, so we've quickly referenced ourselves on the map, and we are going the right way. And this is an easy walk, but wow, the terrain is
Slidey.
slidey and tricky to get over, but we'll keep pushing on, and it's that way. We've taken our own little detour to get ourselves back to the church. We didn't fancy walking down that ravine. It was really tricky underfoot. So we found ourselves a road. It takes us directly back, so we'll follow that. Gives us a chance to look around a bit more rather than looking at our feet, trying to make sure that we don't trip over.
It's a beautiful river down there.
So Miranda, where are you? Which way are we heading?
I think we go up the road, up there,
Yeah?
then turn left, then right, then take the first left.
Cool.
With that.
Let's go take a look. Here we are. We made it back.
Oh, he was right. He was right. I would have taken us the completely wrong way.
I wasn't going to mention it, but when it comes to who took us in the right direction for today's walk, the winner was
Paulie.
me.
Paulie.
But I barely mentioned it all the way around.
There's been one casualty. My stick broke. It's broke on those rocks. The path that was going uphill on all those like stony path, and it got stuck in between one of them and snapped. So, one casualty. As you can imagine, being novice beekeepers, we had a million questions for Alvaro, and he's like, look, it'll all come in time. Just find a home on your land just for now, and let's see if we can at least catch a swarm. If we can't catch a swarm, you don't have to have anything to worry about, because we don't have any hives or anything like that yet. So we're just going to set them up just for now and see if we can catch anything.
So the plan is to set these up with the entrance facing south, which is about that way, about 30 centimetres off the ground. So I've managed to find some old bricks lying around the farm, which we'll use to prop them up, and then we'll see how we get on. There we go, so I'm all set up. I haven't got the faintest idea what's going to happen, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to enjoy coming down here every few days just to see if there's anything going on, any bees going in and out of the doorway. If there's not, there's not, and if there is, fantastic.
Welcome to the office. This is where I work to do all my editing and everything, and I'm just preparing for my Portuguese lesson. We've been having Portuguese lessons for about a year now, and we see Sonia, and we started off Sonia teaching us together the very basics, and then after about 8 to 10 weeks we found that we had different learning styles, so we separated and we have our own lessons with Sonia just now. We use a company called preplay.com, and I'll put a link in the description. There's no paid promotion for that. We just find it a really good website to use. So we're also having lessons in Porto Alegre, evening classes twice a week, 3 hours each class, so 6 hours a week, and they're pretty full on. We're in a class full of multinationals. Some people speak really good Portuguese, and there's people like us that barely speak anything, so it's quite hard to follow what's been taught to us as we go along. So it's great still having the lessons with Sonia so that we can actually catch up and ask specific questions about things that we don't really understand. So yeah, I'm going to show you how bad my Portuguese is. Olá!
Olá! Boa tarde.
Boa tarde. Tudo bem?
Tudo bem? Tudo. Como estás?
Estou bem. Hoje eu visitei Sandra, o cabeleireiro.
No cabeleireiro?
Sim. Pela primeira vez.
Sim?
Sim. Yeah, I'll go try this to see if you understand it, right? estava a adiar porque tinha medo do que poderia acontecer e do que porque não sei falar português. Does that make
Do
any
que
sense?
poderia acontecer porque não sei falar bem português?
Sim. Sim. Sim.
Very good. Wait. Before we go to your homework,
Okay.
there's a few questions that I would like to ask you.
Okay.
All in Portuguese, okay?
Okay. Nervous now.
Não, por quê? Não. Como está o tempo hoje?
Hoje está sol.
É sério?
Sim. Muito sol. E 2 graus.
Muito frio. Dois?
Sim. Frio. But sol.
Dois?
No, 12.
Ah,
12.
12, ok. Bem, também é muito frio, mas.
So I didn't record all of myself being stupid on my lesson. I think the key is you just got to have a go and try to do the best that you can. When we were looking at the property, our estate agent, Manuel, said to us, you know, in order to get the best out of life here, you really do need to learn Portuguese. And that is just so true. And it's something that we really, really believed in before we moved here. We want to integrate into the local society here and to get to know everybody. So that's why we're doing our lessons. And as hard as it is, we get a lot of quizzical faces when people are looking at us going, what did they just say? Or they might answer us back in English, or sometimes they're really lovely and they correct what we've said and are really, really helpful. But yeah, definitely need to learn the language. So here we are for our evening classes, our Portuguese lessons, going in for another 3 hours of, do I understand what they're saying?
25 hours down after tonight and another 125 hours to go. I should be able to form a sentence by the end of that, but it's not guaranteed. Portuguese is really tough.
It really is. Oh my god, we've just come out of one of the hardest lessons we've ever had. How many did you get right?
None.
I think I might have got 20-30% right.
Yeah.
This is really difficult. It was all... Yeah, I'm not even going to go through it for you.
No, it's only going to get harder.
One of the things I absolutely loved to do in our garden back in Wales was to watch all the birds on the bird feeders, and I thought when we came here we'd be able to put up some bird feeders to see if I could see all the different birds that were coming to land and living around in our space here. However, there is so much food for them. They're not interested in the bird feeders. They're just not interested. I've done some research and asked some other people that live in Portugal, and they've all said, we've all done it, but the birds just don't go and use them because there's so much food for them. They don't have a hungry gap even. So what Paul did for Christmas was he bought me bird boxes. So we're going to put them up today. You'll notice that they've all got a name on, and that's a place name. And we've put a place name for each, for our members of our family, so they can actually guess which one's for who as we go around and start putting them up. Crumach is up. And in the world of birds, Q is next door to Crumach. You may have noticed that I've got my hearing aids in today. I've got a thing called Meniere's disease. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. It's incurable. It's not life-threatening, but it is horrific. It makes you feel sick. You get vertigo attacks, you get tinnitus, and you have balance problems. It's an inner ear disorder. I've had it since my 20s, and I have regular operations to sort things out. Well, anyway, I've got horrendous tinnitus just at the moment. It's me and my sister, we both have tinnitus, and we kind of do marks out of 10 as to how bad it is. Today it's a 15, so I've got my hearing aids on, so at least I can try and hear Paul a little bit. It helps a little bit. Tight one, this one. Zone 2 is in London, for those of you who are overseas and don't really know what I'm talking about. Zone 2, London.